3 years later, we had to get on Doughboy's ass and go ahead and get all of this stuff over to the sandblaster because his truck needs done and he wants to take it with to Atlantic City. So that needs to all get out of there. One thing down and back to the shop we go. Mega cab, dually. Wait a sec. The blue truck is back, but unfortunately, as you guys see, the motor's not in it. And we had a little mishap with the head on it, and I made another financial mistake, and I want it perfect, so it'll be all right. Got a minty dash for it, though. We got the mirrors on it. The taillights are in. We're working on cleaning out the bed so I can Raptor line it, so then it's not all 10 different colors. The core support is on. The dash is about to go in it. But before I start doing all that, I've been slacking on the dually, and what I just did was I got the tie rod built for it. I went ahead and I did something different on this one. I went with 1-inch bolts on the heim joints, so it's like a monstrous huge heim and a monstrous bolt inside there. My diff cover kind of got changed because of Doughboy. He used it on his axles to paint them. The motor and trans is sitting inside of it sideways because it might have went airborne. I was rolling through Atlanta, Georgia with the truck. Let's push the dually inside. And just like that, as you guys seen in my intro to my video, we are doing work to it. It's been a long time. Don't worry, I know. I'm very, very well aware of it. The sway bar is built, welded on. We're gonna get the arms cut for it. I actually might have arms here for it. And then we can link the rear together with the sway bar. Full cinder right there. We have some finishing work yet still to do on the rear axle. Got to drill and tap the overlay holes, and I already have the overlays for the rear of this truck, and I think the whole truck. That's a weird sight, seeing that on. Overlays are on the rear axle and the upper cross member. I just drilled and tapped everything. And now that means she's just about ready for powder coat. So we got the rear sway bar arms to do, rear links. We have the front truss and upper cross member to do. And then the tie rod is already on. The drag link needs to be put on. And then I have the high steer plate for it already. This plate bolts up into here, but you know, with baby wheels on it, that just doesn't allow it to happen. But good thing we have TIS wheels that are gonna be on this truck. And it will be at SEMA this year in TIS's booth. We might be taking a little baby truck with us out to Vegas for SEMA. I think it's in November. And this one will for sure be there. You guys got my word. If I don't have it at SEMA, you guys can cancel me, but it's gonna be there. I've been slacking on it too long. And the reason being is I've been so busy with filming the little baby truck, the mega cab, traveling to shows, taking off to Florida for a month, doing all this stuff at once. By myself isn't the easiest job. Fenders will be here tomorrow. The motor, hopefully, early next week. I have a guy who has a transmission I've been working on getting, so I think he's gonna bring that out here maybe this weekend. That'd be pretty sweet. And then the mega cab. She's absolutely filthy, but you guys seen my last video. This thing got some new wheels and tires, and which are already for sale. They're dirty right now, but they're literally brand new. Brand new tires, brand new wheels. There's not been a single burnout done on them. You can even tell that they're literally new. And they're probably the sickest wheel setup I've put on this truck. Along with it being stupid, why would you not want these wheels? So if you guys need any type of wheels and tires, be sure to hit up my boy Andy over at Crown Customs, because he can get you wheels and tires for your truck, your car, your go-kart, your bicycle, and honestly, probably your lawnmower. It's now time to roll this back outside because we have to do the fenders on this. Like I said, they'll be here tomorrow. And we also got the motor and trans sitting back to where it belongs. The oil pan kind of got a little dented, but I guess we'll order a new one. Maybe we'll do one of those King Speed aluminum oil pans on it and we'll polish it, because then it'll match right there and right there where the drop box is mounted. And I think that'd look pretty sick, to be honest with you. We move back here. AirDog already sent out the fuel system for it. That's at the house, along with all the yokes for the drop box I have. Then after that, we can build the drive shafts, which are gonna be pretty freaking long now that I look at it. From there, all the way to there, like 7 feet. Yeah, that's kind of insane. 2-wheel drive, 6-speed. This is gonna all get tore apart, rebuilt, resealed, painted or powder coated. The motor is going to get tore apart, resealed, definitely painted, powder coated, powder coated, powder coated. We might leave that one brushed. Oh my God. My fenders, they've arrived. I don't think I could be any happier, literally.
Well, they're blue.
What?
They're blue.
They're blue. This thing blue. What color? Blue. I don't think I've ever been so excited in my life for a freaking fender. But I know. Oh yeah, that's the problem. The bumper's in the way.
New X on me right. New X on me right. I might spin it, I might high. New X on me right. New X on me right. I might spin it, I might spin it I might spin it, I might spin it, I might spin it, I might spin it, I. New X on me right. New X on me right. I might spin it, 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 I. Buy an island once I get the advance. Buy an island just to give me a 10. Count money with my feet in the sand. I do what I want, that's beyond what I can. Ay, windows tinted, can't see in it, in that brand new ride.
So Doe Baby's truck's coming along very nicely. He actually just got the overlays painted for it, which look literally insane on that color. And I think we're taking this thing to Atlantic City with us, along with my blue truck. But there's a little bit more to the story with the blue truck and the engine on it. And I guess we could talk about that because I really want this thing perfect. And the reason being the engine's not inside of it is because it needed a head. And with the original motor that was in it, I used to rip the absolute shit out of this truck, and I blew the head gasket out of it. So now I'm paying for my mistakes, and I don't think we'll no longer be ripping on this truck because it's literally flawless. But the new head that I bought down in Florida that I delivered out to Cole Motors in one of my previous videos, it was a perfect head, although they wanted to do more work to it. And I'm not going to say no. I do not know what it takes to machine a head, to machine an engine. I physically cannot do that. I would have got on there with sandpaper and Scotch-Brite and then a new head gasket and then stuff you probably shouldn't do to these motors. But the transmission will be on its way this week. I'm talking to the guy now about it. So that'll get delivered sometime inside this week. You guys will see that in the upcoming videos. Getting that motor installed, the trans installed. We got to make another trip out to Fort Wayne, Indiana to Cole Motors to get the engine for it. And somehow figure out how to get it into the truck. I'll probably have to lift the body back off of it, which isn't really a problem because nothing's stopping it from lifting off all as one. Probably gonna bolt the front bumper and then lift up the fenders, the hood, everything as one. Set the motor and trans in it, and set the body back down on top of it, plug everything in. We got the brake booster in it already. We got the wire harness for the engine already ran on the firewall. We got to go buy the clips that clip into the firewall for the dash to get bolted in. And then I think this thing's going to an interior shop down in Indianapolis to get the whole interior done. We're definitely going to be taking it to Infinite Customs because this thing has to bump, especially because I'm building it to match Little Baby's G-Wagon. And all my vehicles have to bump. I do sound systems in every vehicle, and Infinite Customs always take care of me. So if you guys need any audio up here, like in the Chicagoland area, hit up Infinite Customs. If you guys need wheels and tires, you probably should go with TIS because TIS, they're like a family. And I cannot wait to have this truck complete with their wheels on it in their booth at Atlantic City. And probably at SEMA. I know the dually will definitely be there. I already signed up for that. But this one, we might need like a 70-foot trailer because we have this one to take. Got the dually to take. We got Doe Baby's truck to take because he signed up for a little bit of show season things, I would say. Motor and trans is coming this week. I have to call for a windshield to come get installed. We already have the dash back into it. I have to get the clips, like I said, to get that bolted in though. And then we have to order a clocking ring for the transfer case. That way it clocks the T-case to where the front drive shaft fits in it very nicely. Pull the rear drive shaft down, get that powder coated. And then after that, we just got the overlays to put on it. Those are getting cut this week and powder coated. And then this thing should be on the road about 3 days after the motor and trans is sitting on it because I have everything here that I need besides motor and trans, like I said. And this thing will literally look probably a lot better once the front of it's down because right now it's gangster leaning and we cannot have a gangster lean because, I don't know, this versus that is definitely tooted up a lot, I would say. I don't want to have a gangster leaning truck. I want it to sit nice. And then we got 26 by 14 TIS wheels along with 40-inch Venom Power tires on the way from it. But that's what's going on with the Little Baby truck. We have a lot of designing that already got done for the dually, so you guys will see that probably coming together very shortly. I'm getting the parts cut along with these overlays at the same time, which will allow us to then finish that lift and then take that all apart, get it over to powder coat, and then get that roller back together. And that truck I have everything for, like everything. I think all I need is wheels and tires for it, but we can get those like nothing. We come in here, Doughboy has all of his overlays still hanging. I think they're still drying a little bit. No, these are already dry. And then the knuckles got painted last night as well. He's got to do the hitch though, because that's the old color that he had back before Brandon got involved on the suspension. So short story really quick. This truck is a 2004 F-250 6.0 automatic crew cab short bed, rust-free, very, very, very clean truck. And at one point, it needed an injector harness. So Doughboy took the injector harness as a let's just frame off my truck. And he had the whole roller done before I really knew Doughboy. And now it's still apart. Reason being is because he had a 7-inch lift rough country on it. It was already all powder coated, painted axles, powder coated everything. And all he had to do was paint the body for it, which Brandon came along and was like, hey, we should 4-link your truck. That was about a year ago we came about that. And he's been so busy at work, I've been busy. But now we have his build literally coming into its final stages. All it really is left to do is paint the body, and then everything else is just ready to get set in. The motor is already done sitting over there. The trans is over there as well. And he will now have a monster truck, not just a 7-inch lifted truck. Funny thing is, he told me he wanted to look nice on 38s. Yeah, it should look very, very nice on 38s, I would say. Even though that's about ride height. Those are 40s. Yeah, we will talk about that. So to wrap everything up, little baby truck, 6.0. Dually is outside. All of Doughboy parts are painted. Like I said, the coilovers for the dually are literally insanely huge. I don't know why they're so big. It's not like the truck is a foot over 53s, and definitely makes this one look very, very small, which is kind of crazy to think. You guys can see here that I'm 5'8" and I'm eye level with the headlight. Come over here, my dually rocker sits right here. This one sits down there, which is about a 2.5 foot difference. And I'm hoping that when I put my truck on the trailer, it doesn't hit viaducts and stoplights and train track bridges and whatever cross the path of me traveling thousands of miles to shows. But with that being said, it's gonna end the video because we have a lot to get done. I gotta go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, grab the motor for that. Doughboy's coming after work to get the rest of his overlays put on, his knuckles, get the gear inside his axles, and then hopefully we have this thing on the ground here later tonight, rolling around. That way we can reorganize his shop because it is definitely having a lot of stuff going on inside of it. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe because without you guys, none of this stuff would be possible for me. And I'm thankful every single day for each and every one of you guys. And you guys allow me to live the life that I want to live and travel all over the country to these shows and showcase my beaters, I would say. But thanks for watching. Peace.